Hello, my name is Matthew, and welcome to the Book of Matthew. If this is your first time here, then welcome to the channel. If you've seen my previous video, then welcome back. Today I want to talk about something that happened in our driver's lounge, which is connected onto our shop because my truck was getting fixed earlier in the day. And really, it has to go back in the shop because they're not quite done with it, but they're getting there. One of our drivers had come in and said that the price of fuel is coming down. He was just in Colorado at a Love's, and he said the price of gasoline and diesel is coming down. And I told him, well, that's great because, that'll ease the burden on a lot of people who can't really afford fuel. And I told him that I am not a fan of Trump. I wasn't a fan of Biden either. I'm not on the left or on the right. But I can give a sitting president props, no matter who he is, for the good things that he does. And I think the work in the Middle East that Donald Trump has been trying to do probably has some to do with the fact that the price of fuel is going down. I know anytime there's a conflict in the Middle East, it doesn't matter whose fault it is, the price of fuel goes up. And the reason being is because OPEC is out there, and they're the ones who set, the price of oil, per barrel that we have to buy. So, when conflicts are ended or being worked on, the price of oil goes back down to somewhat of a reasonable level. And I got to give some of the credit, at least, to Donald Trump. I'm not one of those that will perpetually hate, a president just because he's not the one that I voted for, that I didn't vote for. So the way I look at it is like this: that do you remember when we were kids, your parents would praise you for the good things that you did, but also punish you for things that you didn't do that were not so good. So I think that should carry over in life. If Donald Trump does something good, hey, I'll give him his props. If he does something bad, I'm gonna say bad things about him. That's just the way things are. Which also reminds me, something else I noticed that Donald Trump did that was really good. Well, besides freeing the hostages, that if I remember as Hamas had or whatever, that was fantastic. I was watching an episode of the podcast that the Osbournes have. This one was shortly after Ozzy had passed. And she said that Donald Trump had left her a voicemail in regards to the death of Ozzy. And I thought that was a great gesture. I never thought anybody, especially like Donald Trump would do that. Because I don't know, he just seems far too busy to do it. But I am glad that he reached out and, expressed his deep sympathy, for the death of Ozzy, and just how beloved he was and all that good stuff. I'm not totally sure if Biden would have done the same thing, to be totally honest with you. But anyways, that same driver, he started in on who runs the country and things like that. And what most Americans don't realize is that it doesn't matter who the sitting president is. The Congress and the wealthy and the corporations run our country. For quite some time now, our it says on our Constitution, we the people, and it hasn't been like that in a long time. Now it's we the government and we the corporations and we the wealthy who run everything. The president, whoever he is just a figurehead. And it also, I was thinking about this earlier too, that the left wing and the right wing, they both answer to the same corporate interests. And you have, for the wealthy people, you have the Koch brothers on the right, and you have George Soros on the left. And, you know, all the corporations are in the pockets of Congress, or I should say, you know, the other way around. The Congress is in the pockets of the wealthy. And that's basically who runs the country. And it shouldn't be like that. It should be us, we the people, we who pay the taxes, run the country. I don't know how we can get to there, but our government, the way it is really messed up. And we the people are suffering because of it. It just makes me upset. Well, I thank you for letting me vent, because I get so tired. You know, everybody that I know, even if they can make a decent living for themselves, people who are pretty well to do, they're still having a hard time affording things. And the rich keep getting richer, and there used to be this divide where you had the lower class, the middle class, and then the upper class. And there's no more. You're either poor or you're rich. There's no in between now. I know people who make six-figure incomes who have a hard time providing for themselves and for their family, just because everything has gotten so damn expensive. I don't know what we're going to do to change the country around. I don't know everything. I don't know a whole lot. But, well, anyways, thank you for letting me vent. And I'll make another video at some other point. Until then, thank you for visiting my channel. Have a wonderful day.